It's Thursday, October 20th, 2016, and Danny, this is now day 2 of this now historic ABSCUF strike.
That's right, Ryan. Right now, there's no timetable for the strike to be called off, but just today, both sides said they want to get back to the table.
Danny, that is correct because neither side truly wanted this. Professors at the 14 Pennsylvania state system schools all walked out at 5 a.m. early Wednesday morning because there was no agreement between the state system and ABSCUF. This is the first strike in the system's 34-year history. This is also the first time Chancellor Brogan has experienced a strike in either his time in Florida or here in Pennsylvania. But because of this strike, I was out early on the picket lines with the teachers to see what was happening and to see if there would be any anti-strike activity.
Students were on the line this morning as soon as the strike was called, or even before, showing support for their teachers by bringing water and snacks out for them. Teachers were on the line as soon as they got the call this morning. There's already been one altercation this morning between a staff member in the chemistry and physics department and the protesters right outside here. Here's what he had to say.
Like, let's face it, 1,000... A PhD, okay, back to this. So what, do you think that you're better than us? Do you think that you're better than us that are also working? Maybe some of us weren't getting PhDs, maybe some of us were out working in the world. We all have our place.
We want contract. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Contract.
Sure
when
you
do we
are.
want it? Now.
And you're
what
sure,
do we want?
sure you're doing it.
When do we want it? Now.
Right.
What do we want? Contract.
Sure.
When do we want it? Now.
Are you shocked that you guys are out here today?
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit surprised. We were all, hoping for a last-minute resolution to this, and so when we found out that the state was walking away from the negotiation table, we were all disappointed and surprised that it happened. So.
Did they actually walk out on you guys?
They gave us what they said was their last best offer, and said that they were done negotiating. So, and their last best offer wasn't very good. So.
Do you see this staying prolonged?
I don't know. I mean, I would say that it's difficult to tell. I mean, I do think that we made probably more progress in the last few days of negotiation than we had made, in the year and a half, year and a quarter previously. So that's positive.
So what was your class today?
I had Mr. Piccarelli, white collar crime.
Okay. And what was the vibe like in there?
Normal, same as every other day. We weren't really affected.
He didn't talk about it?
Not really.
Okay. What's your opinion on the strike?
I think the cuts are unfair, and I support it. I know both sides say they're doing it for the students, so I think it's just interpretation.
Geraldine M. Jones is now the 7th president of California University of Pennsylvania. Last Friday, she took to the stage to be inaugurated and to speak to the CalU population. Myself and Anthony D'Agostino were in attendance for this historic event.
Geraldine, you have been duly selected to serve as the 7th president of California University of Pennsylvania, and it is my privilege, on behalf of the Chancellor of Pennsylvania's State System of Higher Education, to invest you in that office. For our students, it is your charge that the central mission of the university is one that sets it apart as a unique and special place.
Geraldine Jones, by the authority of the Board of Governors and the trustees of the university, I ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Geraldine M. Jones.
I, Geraldine M. Jones.
Do solemnly pledge to faithfully commit.
Do solemnly pledge to faithfully commit.
My ideas and efforts.
My ideas and efforts.
To the goals of California University of Pennsylvania.
To the goals of California University of Pennsylvania.
And to the entire state system of higher education.
And to the entire state system of higher education.
That they may ever better serve.
That they may ever better serve.
The individual and common educational endeavors.
The individual and common endeavors, educational endeavors.
Of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Through the generosity of the Foundation of California University of Pennsylvania, we hereby present you with the medallion, the symbol of the Office of President at California University of Pennsylvania.
Our university's strategic plan charts the path for our years ahead. Mindful of our obligations as a public institution, we recognize that forward progress requires not only a commitment to excellence, but a willingness to make thoughtful and purposeful change and vision. Today, I turn to that effort with renewed energy, optimism, and pride. As university president, I reaffirm my commitment to academic excellence, a hallmark of this institution for more than 16 decades.
Homecoming week is in full swing, and just this past Tuesday, the King and Queen candidates were announced. The finalists are John Hershey, Emma Rawlings, Anthony Agostini, Brooke Schumar, Samuel Guido, Elena McDermott, Tyrell Davenport, Sam Middlemiss, Tim Glover, Lakaje Bynum, and Nick Carasone. Along with the announcing of the court, there was also a musical guest of Shane and Emily. Come out and support your fellow classmates this weekend at Adamson Stadium when the King and Queen are announced. Just yesterday, the third and final presidential debate took place at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas. As always, both sides took shots at each other, but the discussed topics were those of which haven't been talked about yet. The debate covered debt entitlements, immigration, the economy, Supreme Court, and the ongoing issues involving foreign affairs. With the calendar days flying by, the November 8th date for polling is right around the corner. With each debate, the percentages change even more in the favor of either party.
If you are trying to line up an internship for this winter or this coming spring, you may want to listen up. I had the chance to interview Megan Klister, director of the CalU Internship Center, and here's what she had to say.
I'm the director of the Internship Center, and I work with students to process their internship applications and to work with them to prepare them to find an internship as well. With InternLink, how it's set up is that there are opportunities that students can search for, and any position that they find that they feel they're qualified for and they're interested in, they can go ahead and apply for.
So it is different from the career development page?
Correct. InternLink and Hire CalU are two separate sites. However, students can search for opportunities on InternLink as well as Hire CalU.
Is it mandatory that students go through your department before they get an internship?
It's not mandatory for students to find an internship through our office. It is mandatory for students, if they want to get internship credit, to fill out an application on InternLink. There's a couple things about internships and the process that I like to say is we are changing up the process beginning in the spring. So there's going to be a step that we're going to have students work with faculty a little bit more closely. So students will need to have an initial meeting with faculty and do an internship approval form. So it gives students the opportunity to meet and talk about, are they eligible for internship? Are they ready academically for an internship? What kind of learning objectives do they want to accomplish with the internship? So some of the issues that students have with the application, hopefully with this step, will fix those issues, and it will make the application process go a little bit more smoothly. And the other thing is that we have a great award for students who are from southwestern Pennsylvania called the Rutledge Internship Award. And for a student who's thinking about doing an internship out of state, this is just the perfect fit for them, because the requirements for the Rutledge Award is that students have to be from southwestern Pennsylvania doing an internship out of state that is unpaid or underpaid. It's a great way for students to expand their horizons and to get support to do that.
All right, so just released in our email from the CalU spokesperson, Christine Kendall, is a Mythbusters fact sheet from PASHI. I actually have it up right here on our phone for us to see, and you can go through and see a whole bunch of different myths that are going around the university.
I know a lot of students are having questions, so this is definitely a great way to answer your questions and get some information that you wouldn't know. from just by listening to social media and stuff.
Right, and one of the things that surprised me is down at the bottom, they have the state system's proposed pay increase for faculty members listed at the bottom. It's gone from what was once 0% all the way up to possibly even what we just saw, we added it up to 17% through fall 2018. So some interesting things are in there.
Definitely surprising stuff.
Absolutely. All right, coming up next, we have the weather forecast with Alex McAvoy from the CalU Weather Center. Stay tuned.
Exciting Vulcan football is back this fall. September 10th at Cheney. September 17th versus Millersville. September 24th at Seton Hill. October 1st versus Slippery Rock. October 8th versus Indiana. October 15th at Clarion. October 22nd versus Gannon. October 29th at Mercyhurst. November 5th versus Edinburgh. November 12th versus East Stroudsburg. Catch all the action on CUTV and WCAL. Back for its third season. With more live episodes and brand new games. With host Stephen Ruffing. It's
How's it going, CalU? Student meteorologist Alex McAvoy here in the CalU Weather Studio, and I'll be giving a forecast for homecoming weekend and what we can expect to see in the next week. So let's take a look now. We see some current temperatures around the United States, 67 degrees in Pittsburgh, 80 degrees down in Miami, 59 over on the West Coast in San Francisco. So let's take a look at the radar. This is what's going to be moving through our region later today. So we see the current radar is, there's only rain out in the Midwest as of right now, but let's look at the future radar. We're going to be seeing this rain move its way up into our region, bringing some thunderstorms with it. So let's take a look at the media now. We'll start out, like I said, Thursday today, we're going to be seeing this rain as it moves its way up to the East Coast, bringing us thunderstorms and rain showers throughout the day. Now going into Friday to Saturday night, we're going to see this cold front pass through, bringing us some chillier temperatures into the weekend for homecoming, and that rain will also taper off and move away to the east. Now looking now, we're going to be seeing the temperatures from Wednesday at the highs of 75 degrees on Wednesday, dropping all the way to 50 for the actual temperature on Saturday. Again, with Philadelphia, 86, 59 on Saturday. So now we're going to look at what we can expect to see throughout this weekend. Here's going to be the pattern right here. Colder temperatures are going to move their way into our region, move the rain showers out, and then back behind us for the start of next week, we're going to see some warmer temperatures move their way into our region. So let's look at the 7-day now. Thursday, 77. Like I said today, it's going to be rainy. Same with Friday, but Saturday for homecoming weekend, we'll zoom this in here. 10 a.m. for the pre-homecoming festivities, we should see 46 degrees, mostly cloudy. And then noon, right before the start of the football game, which is about 3, we see 49 degrees, mostly cloudy. But it's going to be a pretty nice day. Other than the temperatures being a little bit chillier, it's going to be a nice day out there. So looking at the rest of the week and rest of the weekend, starting in the next week, we see 62 degrees Sunday, 58 degrees Monday, 56 Tuesday, and then going back up in temperatures, 62 degrees on Wednesday. That wraps it up for the 7-day forecast. Now back to Ryan and Danny at the desk.
So I'm not Alex McAvoy, but I'm Dylan G'day here, and the reason I'm here is we're going to talk a little bit about the Storm Director app that you saw Alex using. It's a little bit different than the app we were using previously from AccuWeather. We're actually beta testing this app, so we're one of 2 people in the country that have it from AccuWeather. So it's a pretty big thing for our meteorology program to have the Storm Director app.
And you definitely said it's like it makes it like an actual newsroom, like you can record it and stuff like that. I think that's awesome to have that, prestigious app basically to use.
Right. How powerful, like what else can you do with this thing?
There's tons of things. We're just skimming the surface right now, and the more we look into it, we had a trainer here today and yesterday that's helped us out, so we're really looking forward to using it.
That's exciting. Also, really quick, since we're live, severe thunderstorm watch?
Yes, there is a severe thunderstorm watch out right now for western Pennsylvania, so stay tuned to your local TV meteorologist as well as on the radio as a local NOAA weather radio to keep up to date, as there is a possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms.
All right, thank you.
When we come back after the break, Stephen Ruffing takes us a trip around the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Springdale at Jeff Morgan. Avella at California. Bell Vernon at Ringgold. Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. Waynesburg at Southmoreland. Baldwin at Connellsville. Beth Center at Brownsville. Fraser at Bentworth. Bishop Canavan at Carmichael. The longest running high school coverage in southwestern PA is on CUTV.
CUTV Newscenter is California University of Pennsylvania's award-winning student television newscast. Your source for live, local, late-breaking news. Forecasts from the CalU Weather Center. The region's latest entertainment news. Vulcan sports highlights and regional scoreboards with television news coverage you can't get anywhere else. Watch it live Thursdays on CUTV and on demand. CUTV News Center, online all the time.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Stephen Ruffing with your entertainment report. For 20 years, AMC has been featuring a full lineup of horror films and TV shows in the month of October. Fear Fest started on the 13th of October and goes until the 31st, which will be filled with horror programming. The past few weeks have been filled with the Halloween movies, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Child's Play. Due to the season premiere of The Walking Dead on October 23rd, AMC has been filling time with every episode of The Walking Dead as well. Starting on the 29th to the 31st, AMC will be filled with all of your favorite Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger movies. If you're looking for a fun and spooky Halloween performance, then look no further because the theater department will be offering just that. The department will have Wiley and the Hairy Man in Blaney Theater on October 27th and 28th at 7 p.m. and October 29th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Director John P. Stasel says that it's a fun, silly, scary, and overall great show about overcoming your fears when the odds are stacked against you. This show will also introduce appearances from first-year students and will be the 20th annual first-year student show at CalU. The cost is $12 to people of all ages. CalU students will be able to pay 50 cents with a valid Cal card plus a $5 deposit that would be refunded at the show. Let's take a trip to the past because Underground will be hosting a 90s tribute band by the name of 9D's Night tonight at 9 p.m. in the Performance Center located in Natali. The band puts on a high-paced 90s themed concert with music, dance parties, retro video games, and sometimes 90s trivia. They have performed at Thon, Yukon, and many more big events. Now tonight is your chance to witness the excitement of 9D's Night. Nearing the end of homecoming week, this weekend will be full of homecoming activities. Saturday, October 22nd, there will be pre-parade activities at 10 a.m. to noon that will include inflatables, a petting zoo, a balloon man, and different tables from CalU's organizations and clubs. After said activities end at noon, the homecoming parade will start on campus and will be filled with traditional floats and marching units that will have a fun carnival theme. This will all take place before the big homecoming football game at 3 p.m. If you're a Halloween lover and are looking to get into the spirit of the holiday, make your way to the lobby of the Natali Student Center on October 24th for Halloween Fest, brought to you by the Student Activities Board, and join your fellow students with a fun night of celebrating Halloween with spooky activities and crafts. The event will be held from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And to round out the entertainment for this week, we have The Conjuring 2 in the Vulcan Theater. In 1977, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren traveled to northern London where they meet a single mother of four named Peggy Hodgson. The woman tells the couple that there is something evil in the house, and they finally believe her story when the youngest daughter starts to show signs of demonic possession. When the couple try to help the daughter, they become the next targets of the malicious spirits. Show times are 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 4, 7, and 10 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays. And of course, we're in October. Halloween is coming up. We have AMC Fear Fest. What Halloween movies are your favorites?
Mine is definitely the Halloween series.
Right.
Not to copy you or anything, but I get just as excited as you when Halloween comes on, so I'd have to say that's my favorite as well.
Yeah, I'd have to say that Halloween, it's always a classic, and the cheesier the better, I feel, is always the case.
I will say that I hated the Rob Zombie
yeah.
Halloween movies. Those were disgusting. All right, thanks, Steve. When we return, Anthony D'Agostino has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Exciting Vulcan football is back this fall. September 10th at Cheney. September 17th versus Millersville. September 24th at Seton Hill. October 1st versus Slippery Rock. October 8th versus Indiana. October 15th at Clarion. October 22nd versus Gannon. October 29th at Mercyhurst. November 5th versus Edinburgh. November 12th versus East Stroudsburg. Catch all the action on CUTV and WCAL.
Welcome back to CUTV Newscenter. I'm Anthony D'Agostino with your sports report. It's homecoming week here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania, and that means it's hockey time here on CUTV. It's sort of a tradition now that CUTV goes to cover the CalU homecoming hockey series. In the first game of this doubleheader, California 2 took on Penn State Altoona in a rematch of last season where the Vulcans lost 7-3. Let's go to the Ross River Ice Garden for those highlights. And you see in the first period, Penn State Altoona coming with a 2-on-1, a quick shot there, and it goes off the pads of Derek Hughes, the goaltender for California. Then again, a quick shot on Derek Hughes and a glove save, and he finally gets it in the trapper there. And then in the second period, it would be scoreless until this happens. Penn State Altoona with a quick pass to the far side of the net. A shot goes right past Derek Hughes. Couldn't make the save. It's 1-0 Penn State Altoona. Another quick pass from the same side, and another goal goes past Derek Hughes to make it 2-0, still with 10:37 in the second period. Now with 8 minutes in the second period. And California trying to get something to go here. A quick shot there goes right through there. That was Alex Koenig on the play, making it 2-1. And Penn State Altoona with a bad pass by California keeps in their offensive zone, and a quick shot on a redirection goes past Derek Hughes to make it 3-1 in the second period. A minute later, California with a trying to get some passing going, but a turnover there leads to a 2-on-1, and a quick shot there from Mike Lassick goes blocker side right past Derek Hughes to make it 4-1 in favor of Penn State Altoona. Still, second period. On a power play now are the Nittany Lions of Penn State Altoona making some moves there. The quick shot, and that one goes right past Derek Hughes to make it 5-1, and that'll be the final score. Penn State Altoona wins 5-1. As you could see, Penn State Altoona was just a faster, stronger team than CalU. Cal tried to stay in it, but with the shots on goal being 51-12 in favor of the Nittany Lions, Cal just couldn't keep the pace. With that loss, Cal moves to 1-4 in the standings. Now let's move to the night game in the doubleheader. Cal 1 took on Robert Morris in another rematch of last season where Cal defeated them. Let's go once again to the Ross River Ice Garden for those highlights. As you see, a check being presented from the team and the Pirates there. Pirates head coach Clint Hurdle was there in attendance, and he was a special guest doing autographs. As you see, Geraldine Jones, the president of CalU, doing the ceremonial puck drop for the two teams. And then starting it right off, California in the offensive zone. A quick pass and a redirection there goes into the net for California goal, 1-0 there. That was Alex Smith on that, I believe. And then Robert Morris, a quick shot and a goal there, goes right past Trey Lowe, California's goaltender, and that was on the power play. They're on the power play yet again. Another quick shot from the right circle, and it goes past Trey Lowe for another goal for Robert Morris in the first period, 2-1 the score. And then on the faceoff in the second period, California wins the faceoff, doing some moves there, and a quick shot goes glove side, and into the net it goes. 2-2 the score for California and Robert Morris. And then in the second period again, power play time, a 5-minute major penalty, a quick shot, some redirections there. It goes in. Robert Morris takes the lead 3-2. And a quick slap shot there from the top of the right circle for California makes it another tie game, 3-3. That was on the power play for California. And then right in front of the net, Trey Lowe with a beautiful save there, keeping the game tied 3-3 on that penalty kill. and then a missed opportunity there for California on the clear, and a shot quickly goes in. A kind of a bad angle shot for Robert Morris goes past Trey Lowe. The score 4-3. Now, empty net for California late in the game in the third period. It has 10 seconds on the game clock. Anthony Takovich there doing some great work on defense, now putting it behind the net. And a pass to Alex Smith, who's right in front of the net and gets it to go in. 1.6 seconds to go. California ties it up. We go to overtime. California here on offense. A quick pass to Alex Smith. One-timer it goes, and it goes into the net. California wins it in stunning fashion in overtime, 5-4. And that was a hard-fought battle all the way to the end of the game, and Cal would end up winning in a thriller by the score 5-4. With that win, Cal moves to 5-0. And now the number 7 ranked California Vulcans football team took on Clarion this past Saturday live across the nation on ESPN3 at 6 p.m. As you see the scoreboard here, Clarion falling to California, who was ranked 7th, 48-20. Cal has 12 straight wins versus Clarion. And Nick Grissom, the first California back with 250-plus yards since 2004. However, California did drop to number 8 as the number 8 California Vulcans will now take on the Gannon Golden Knights for a homecoming afternoon contest. Sports information grad assistant Matt Hagee gives you a preview of that game.
Homecoming, a time where new and old come together to celebrate timeless history and hope for the future. Homecoming has been a time of success in California with 11 straight wins on Homecoming Saturday. Enter the Gannon Golden Knights, a steady program, but if there's one thing they have never been able to do is beat California. A king and queen will be crowned at halftime, but at the end of the day, the Vulcans could be one step closer in being crowned king of the PSAC West.
And as you see there, the Vulcans will play at 3 p.m. against Gannon, October 22nd, this Saturday. And it'll be live on CUTV on calvulcans.com/watch if you cannot make it to the game. And if you can't watch the game, but you can listen, you still have to do it online through our WCAL live streaming webpage, sai.cal.edu/WCAL/live.php if you want to just listen to it. The death of the western lowland gorilla named Harambe has resurfaced in the news once again. And this time it involves a hockey team in Canada. The Trenton Golden Hawks of the OJHL Ontario Junior Hockey League are participating in, quote, Wildlife Week in their game yesterday on October 19th. They wore special Harambe jerseys. They felt, quote, Hockey for Harambe, hashtag Hockey for Harambe was the best way to honor Harambe's life and also bring awareness to the plight of the lowland gorilla. And you see there the graphic for the Harambe jerseys. That is actually what they wore on yesterday. And now it's time for the Vulcan Hammer Award. The Vulcan Hammer Award for this week's Vulcan Hammer Award, I've selected Vulcan's football athlete Nick Grissom. Grissom rushed for 258 yards on 33 attempts with 2 touchdowns on Saturday night. He is the first player on the Cal U football team to rush over 250 yards since Antoine Bagwell did it in 2004. Grissom also was named the PSAC Western Division Offensive Player of the Week. And guys, I saw highlights from the homecoming hockey series, and that second game against Robert Morris was a stellar game. It goes back and forth, and just a great game to watch and do for CUTV.
I know that I was in the truck and I was helping out in graphics and whatnot, but that was insane that it went to overtime and insane that they won in overtime. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was an exciting game for an exciting week here at Cal. That's basically all you can say about it.
All right, thanks, Anthony. That will do it for this week's edition of News Center.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at CUTV Newscenter.
Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your week.